What's up, guys? We are back from the C10 Nationals in Texas. Got the trailer back here at the house. Got the Blazer chassis in here, 4-wheel drive. For you guys that didn't know, we're doing some of that. We got a couple more actually that we're going to be doing. And then this is going to a customer on the East Coast after we go to C10 Nationals in Utah. And then we're going to go to Good Guys in Des Moines. And then we're going to be down at the Southeastern Truck Nationals in Tennessee. So I was talking to Arnie, my friend Arnie. He does the Pro Touring Truck Shootout, and he also does OBS Chevy Racing. So he's coming to run the autocross for C10 Nationals in Utah. So I finally got some of the shop set up the way that I want it. Well, not exactly the way that I want it, but a little bit better here at the house. So let me show you. I got my pallet racking up with some of my tools here at the house. Not all my tools, but I got a few tools here to help work on some of the vehicles and the cars. I got the stuff over here, and I'm gonna add more racking up here. I got my truck here at the house, the 65. And this is the truck that I think we're gonna bring to the C10 Nationals if I can get everything done. He wants to be able to use this so he doesn't have to tow a car down or a truck, not car, truck, from Tennessee to the C10 Nationals. So we're gonna try to get this. It runs, it starts, I drove it in here, all that good stuff. This has our coilover chassis. We took this to the Pro Touring Truck Shootout. Oh, it was probably 3 or 4 years ago when I kind of got it started and running, and it's been in storage ever since. I've been dealing with some other stuff, so got her out, got the house set up to be able to work on some of the projects, and that's what we're gonna do. So I think I want to install hood hinges. So I got hood hinges. I want to make the hood go up and down, so I got to trim this guy right here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to make a whole new one of those that came with the radiator. So I'm going to get the braces in there and get the hood latch. I got the hood over here. That was the original hood that came with it. I got the hood hinges to put in the cowl here. And then we're going to finish up some of the stuff that we didn't finish before. So that's what we're going to try to do. And I'm going to try to film some of it. Ashley's going to be here in about a week, or not a week, like 2 or 3 days. It's Saturday. So she's driving here from Oklahoma on Tuesday. So this video will probably be out after she gets here, but that's kind of what my weekend looks like. I'm getting stuff set up over here. The boys are doing their random stuff on the weekend, and I'm going to be working in the garage here for the next little while to get this thing done. It's really not that far off. You can see some of the dots in here from where I was scanning the truck before, and that was to scan the inside because I am doing a cage and some other things for this truck too. So I guess we might as well get started on trimming that. I think the first thing I'm going to do is trim this radiator brace so that I can get the bracing on there for the truck, and then we'll go from there. Set you right here, and let's see if we can't tape this off. I'm going to use some masking tape to create a line. I use this masking tape to create a little line. I had drawn one here, but I don't really like the way that it came out. So let's go ahead and put a masking tape line. Maybe we can make a little bit straighter cut. I mean, I'm going to laser cut this anyways after I'm done with it. But of course, I'm my own worst enemy because I like to try to make things perfect from the beginning. So sometimes it takes me a little bit longer. I do have mics for my camera, and I probably should get those because if I walk away, I imagine you're not going to be able to hear me. That's cool. I freaking put a rib nut in there. That makes life way easier. I thought I was going to do a socket. to do that. Sometimes I guess I forgot what I did. So that'll come loose. I'm gonna take that off. Let's see if these will come out. Let's see. There we go. Oh wait, well yeah, no, I need to take it off. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that off, and that'll be ready to cut that right there. You can see that I was not straight on my line, so this tape will help me make it a lot straighter, hopefully, and with any luck. We'll get that cut, and then we'll get that back installed so that way I can put the braces that go on here. Let's see. I probably should bag this hardware up so that I don't freaking lose it. I'll run in the house real quick and go grab a little baggie. I probably should bring those stupid baggies out here, because I will probably lose some of that hardware, and then I'll have to be looking for some stupid little nuts and bolts and crap. I bagged one of the things when I took the cowl off earlier. We'll do a whole walkthrough of the pad. We just bought this house like, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months ago. So I've been buying stuff. That's what I was doing earlier, buying stuff to put in the house. So, and I don't really have a workbench in here yet. So, I mean, it's like, this is my workbench that I need to cut another one of these tabletops for. So I'm just kind of working off of a pallet rack. So let's see if we can put this right here. That'll work. And then we can bag up some of this hardware for this thing. And then I am gonna get this cut out with this laser cut one properly. Where did my grinder go? You don't need to watch me change this. We'll just get this changed and then we'll cut this freaking plate. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut real quick. Trying to figure out how I want to take this and do it. By the way, if you're watching this on our channel, I am probably the worst person with safety. So if you see me do something that's stupid, which you're probably going to see me do, just be forewarned that I'm not really the best with safety. Well, this thing really doesn't want to work right now. I will say, I have this Milwaukee grinder and it has done pretty good by me. I am not the hugest fan of all Milwaukee tools. I like Snap-on tools, and most of my tools are Snap-on tools. Most of my power tools are Snap-on tools. This thing keeps freaking stopping on me, and that's really obnoxious. I would say that's cool. That's probably a great demo of this freaking tool. Trying to get the screen to turn on here. That's probably a great demo of this tool. You can see me fighting with it. I've been using tools my whole entire life. And this thing, legitimately, oh my gosh, thank you for cutting that off. I've been using my tools my whole entire life. And yeah, so there's that. I'm probably doing something wrong. This is ridiculous. I'm going to get the corded one because I think that'll go a lot smoother. Okay, that was a lot better. When a tool can cut through the material like it's supposed to. Freaking annoying. And I'm not a huge lover of corded tools either, just because it's like, who the heck wants to plug in tools all the time? Got a little smoother. Okay, let's see if that'll work. I am also not the type of fab guy that's going to use this the way that it is. I will get something probably a lot closer to where I want it, and then I will cut it out and make a new one completely. That's just how I kind of have always been. I don't love cut down. See, I already lost the hardware. Oh, I don't love cut down and ground on stuff. Just not my forte. More of a cut it, measure it, go back, make a new one. That's just because I've always had those tools available to me. And so why not be able to just use it and do that? Not everybody has that ability to do that, but I do. And I use that to my advantage because I'm just not the best cut off and grind guy. I never have been. I'm not like the type of guy that's gonna be very good to cut things on a finger break and stuff like that. It always amazes me. There's a lot of talented people out there that can do that. I am not one of them. I can draw it, I can make it, and I can press break it, and I can do all that. And that's more my forte for fabrication. I like things to be perfect and straight lines. Okay, let's see if we can get those. I know that I'm gonna have to still do some crap because this just isn't gonna, but this is gonna go there. See, I got that bolt. I guess I was looking off. I need to be better about that. I got that bolt under there. So this is gonna go here. And I know that this thing is all wonked out, so I'm probably gonna have to move that hole for the future and put it over here. So we're gonna take that off, I guess. And I did bring some bolts home, so let me grab those. I brought some from the shop. See if we can make any of this crap line up. This is even, I'm pretty sure it's 5/16. Oh yeah. Okay, so we know we're gonna have to move that. These braces are the original braces that came on the truck. As you can see, they're a little bit wonky. The only thing that I used from this truck was the cab and the doors. Some of the sheet metal, the front fenders are new. The front grille, all that stuff is original. Yeah, see, that just doesn't go down. So let's go ahead and take this one back out. Core support's original. Some of that's all original parts. When I did this, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do here. So let's go ahead and get that. Okay, we can mark this and get us a slot in there. That goes down. That's going to go down. Okay, let me get a marker. And we will mark where this is at so we can put a, can make us a little slot there for that. And see, we will slot that. We might as well do the other side at the same time. On the other side of it. So let's go ahead and get that guy lined up. Let's see that right there. And I got to take this GoPro mount off. That's gonna be, that's been on there for a couple of years. I think it'll be easy though. Get this little, where'd that scraper go? There we go. Scraper. Take it off. Got her. I'm also probably not the best yet with filming and working at the same time. I'm used to just working. So this should be interesting for you guys to go along with me working on stuff at the same time as trying to film. Let's see. Okay, so same deal. Let's get this under there. Get a couple of little screw guys. Get started. It's windy. go. Maybe that's a little bit better. I don't know. So take that off, and we will grind where those holes should be. And then, actually, I'm going to throw the I'm going to put this bracket on at the same time, because what I need to do is I need to line up the hood. All right, I got the wireless mic hooked up. Let's see, because I walk all over the place, so let's see if that makes anything better when we're recording, and see if you can hear me a little bit better when I'm running all over the place and getting tools, and I got some junk on me there, I guess. Get that off before we go. Back out there and record some video. See if that's any better. Because we're gonna hook this back up to the mount. And now I can just rant about whatever. Oops, what did I do? Okay, so I'm back. I took a little break, and I ended up doing a bunch of stuff. So I was gone for about an hour, hour and a half. I had to pick up my son. But where we left off was I said, surprisingly, I have a bunch of the stuff for this truck, and I do. I went through it before I left. So here's the hood latch. I don't have the hood pin. I think I took that off and it's at work. I do think that I have that at work, but these boxes have been floating with me now for a little while, and I started taking some of this stuff out, and look, hey, look, like I even put some of this stuff in bags. This says passenger door. There's some door hardware. I believe that was in the back. That is for like a jack, if I remember right. You can see that it has like freaking leaves and all kinds of crap. That is for my rear view mirror. There's some Earl's fittings, so that's nice that that's in there. If you guys hear me clear my throat sometimes, I have allergies really bad here. So this was the stuff that was in the box also. I had started to glass bead all this stuff. That's why it looks like it does, but those are like the window regulators and some of the different stuff. So that's one set of things, and then I have some more over here. I don't even remember what the heck these were, but I have the glove box door. These go on the front down where the fenders are, I believe, or maybe those, I don't remember. There's a broken bolt in one of them. Look at partial of a come on now. A visor mirror, a visor, there we go. And then some of the lights. I don't have my tail lights, so I'm gonna have to order some tail lights. But let's go ahead and get this thing bolted up now that we're back being able to work and do some stuff. So I'm gonna bolt on this thing, part of the hood latch, and I think I remember that this was part of what bolted on the other radiator support, if I remember right. So I'm gonna get the rest of these bolts in here. This is cracked right here, so I may order a new one. I'm not sure, but if I do, I'm gonna weld this together. This one actually fits really nicely, this original one. So I have a local guy here too that has parts. I may see if he has a new one of these on the driver's side, since this one was crunched up a little bit. And I do think that it's crunched up because if I remember right, on the hood, Yeah, it was dented right here. That's the driver's side. So I think that there was some original damage to the original parts on this truck. But like I said, that's a new front fender. That's the original grill, and that's the original grill shell. That's the original core support that's on this truck, and then those are all the original pieces. So everything else is new, besides these little things. The shroud, the cover here is old. It's the original one. The whole bed is all brand new. This isn't a Marquet front header board. I made this. New bed sides, Marquet rear sill plate, and Marquet tailgate. So let's go ahead and get that bolted up the rest of the way. See if we can't get this put together. I think I'm going to put you back where you were. Let's see how that does. Let's see. Like I said earlier, I had brought some bags home of hardware because I knew I didn't have my hardware or any hardware here at the house. So rather than having to run to the hardware store a bunch of times, and that's not going to work because those aren't fender washers. What the heck? Those are 1/4 inch. That's not going to work. We're going to have to double up these washers for now. That'll probably work. I'll have to get some fender washers for this guy. Like I said, we're going to try to get this truck so we can go take it to Utah for the autocross. I think that if I take it to Utah, it'll stay with me for our whole summer trip that we have. We do like 3 or 4 shows usually, all at one time in the summer because it all happens at the same time. So we'll have the C10 Nationals, and that starts in Salt Lake City at the fairgrounds, and then we will have Good Guys in Des Moines, which is usually over 4th of July weekend, and then we have Southeastern Truck Nationals. So I think we have like 1 or 2 weeks in between C10 Nationals and Good Guys in Des Moines. So we usually have that time for driving. We'll see what we end up doing this year. But yeah, this driver's side is definitely a little bit more damaged than the passenger side. I'm going to have to see if I can talk to Tom, see if he has a new driver's side filler panel here. And we may even see if we can make something that goes there. But for now, we're just going to try to put this factory piece back on there. Might have my little 3/8 impact. There we go. Yeah, this driver's side has damage, and I remember that because it has that little bit of unevenness to that grill shell. Let's see if I have my impact. Oh yeah. had to excuse me. I just ate pizza too, so got all kinds of things going on here. That needs to be tapped. That's gonna be a stripped out thing. Let's see if I have any taps here. If any of you guys moved shops or houses in a while, but it is a pain in the rear. I do have a tap, look at that. It's like I keep a bunch of stuff with me all the time between the trailers, and I always have something. Well, it's gonna have to work. Let's see. I have a tap, but no tap handles, so these pliers. They're gonna have to work. There we go. Cleaned out the threads. Let's see. This will go in there now. Heck yeah. All right. Same thing, clean out the threads. It's way better to go ahead and clean out the threads if you start to feel that it's getting a little bit wonky, because sure the heck beats trying to get a busted bolt out or trying to fix it after the fact. That's tight, that's tight, that's all tight, cool. All right. Okay, so that's all tight, that's on there. So I got the hood hinges in the back of the cowl, like I showed you earlier. These are on, like you can see, this one fits a lot better. It doesn't seem like it's as like jacked up. This fits really good. This one you can just see that there's like a little bit of there, some here, but that's because this grill shell is low. I think if we tighten that, but you can also see that it's like, I don't know, maybe that's just it, but it's like wrinkled more there. So, and it's off back here a little bit, but again, it could just be, I don't really know. I guess the other side is like that too. These are old trucks, so sometimes they just fit together a little bit wonky. So I'm gonna get these mounted in here. I'm gonna have to do some measuring to get them lined up, and then we'll get them bolted in, and hopefully I'm gonna have to get my welder from the shop. I didn't bring it home today, so we'll probably do that, and we'll get these mounted, and hopefully we'll get them drilled, and we'll get those at least mounted. and see if we can't get part of that ground out and all that type of good stuff. So, okay, so the instructions say that this hole right there for your cowl is on the center of the truck, and I just measured it, and it actually is. It's like 31. This side is like 31 and 9/16, 31 and a half, and the other side is like 31 and a half. So that's pretty accurate for what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and get these centered and marked out to get the center line put on there. And then we're gonna get the center line put on, and then we'll make our cut to put these hinges in, and then we'll drill our holes for that. So I'm gonna put some tape on there so we can make some marks. And I probably need a square too. I don't know if I have a square here. Okay, so now I think I know what I gotta do. So we're gonna go 23 and 13/6, or 22 and 13/16 over. So we're gonna be, let's lock that. Okay, I got my marker. Okay, so that's all taped off. Let's go ahead and get this side marked off too. This will actually be easier because it's on the right side of the tape measure. I'm gonna have to get in here a little bit. Let's see. Where are we? We're off one way. Yep, we're off one way. This is, yep. I knew it. I could see it from back there. Okay. This one is off an inch. You bonehead. Okay. There we go. I do think I am going to go to Home Depot and get a square and a new tape measure, because this is annoying. They're pretty dang close, but I still am gonna have to do some more measuring. So we're gonna go ahead and get us a freaking tape measure and a small little square from Home Depot real quick.
Waiting for Mom to check in.
Oh yeah? Well, guess what? I got you on film.
What?
Yeah, I got you on film.
What do you mean you got me on film?
Well, I'm going to Home Depot. I was a little bit irritated because my tape measure sucks and I didn't have a square. So I'm going to Home Depot real quick, and I figured I would just take the little camera along for the little ride. And then I called you.
Oh. So I'm on speakerphone sounding like dog poo.
Yeah, because you're all stuffed up from being in Arkansas with your cousin and the allergies and the pollen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I'm trying to get these hood hinges installed, and I got freaking irritated because I'm like, dude, this tape measure blows, and it's been sucking for a long time now. Like everything that I try to do at the house, it just like ticks me off because, you know, like when you get a tape measure and it like wants to curl and do its own little thing, and you're like, no, I don't want you to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, so. And then I didn't have a square to make sure that my measurement was like where I wanted it to be. So I'm kind of just like working with limited tools. So now I'm going to go get a new tape measure and a square. Anyways, I got this new tape measure from Home Depot. I just went to Home Depot, got a tape measure, got me a square, and got some new markers. So boom. Hopefully be able to measure this out a little bit easier. New tape measures are like the bomb dizzle. So 22 and 13/16 over here. We'll go to this side. We can see the lines. We can see what we're doing. 22, 13/16. So we are good on that. Now we just got to measure the width of the overall thing, and then we can mark it out to where we need to cut. I'm going to open up that square. This tape measure came with a freaking charging cord because it has an LED in it, I guess. Everything comes with a freaking charging cord these days. It's like, what the heck just happened to... I guess I probably didn't pay attention. I could have just bought a regular tape measure that didn't have a charging cord, but I swear everything comes with a charging cord. I'm surprised the square doesn't have a charging cord for it. Let's see. The old eyeballing it worked pretty good though, because that line is pretty dang straight. That side's good. Let's see if this side's good. Put it off that. Let's see on that side. Same thing, pretty damn good. These old eyes work pretty good, I must say. Should be good there. Now we can mark the downside too, I think, which I can't tell if that's, let's see. Stand back and look. Oh yeah, I mean, it's probably pretty close. I think we can go about like that. That's probably about. That's probably about square. Same thing over here. Lift it up just a tiny bit to make it actually square. And then, see, drive to Home Depot for 10 minutes for 2 seconds of work. Get inside here and we can measure this out. Let's see, we are at the edge. And that is 45 and almost 5/8. I'd say that's pretty dang good. Okay, so that's going to be the center of that. And then I guess we can mark that on there. I can't get out of here. And let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna make an actual template that I can lay on there, I think. This is some cardboard that I got from a package. So let's try to use the straight side, and let's grab the square. That away. We can. That way we can get it exactly how we want it. So, and we need this tape measure. Okay. Let's see. So we got the hood hinge. This is the straight side of the box. Yep, that's square. Okay, so this measures 3 inches. By about 3 7/16. So I want to be a little bit bigger. So we're gonna go that'll be 3 1/4. That'll put us right at 3 1/4. So we will measure that off right there. Three 1/4. Right there. And then this is actually gonna say that's 3 3/8. So that plus 1/4 is let's not guess. Yeah, 5/8. 3 5/8, dummy. Let's use a smaller radius because we don't have that big of a unibit. Let's go see if this will do what we want it to do. Camera looks like it's about to die, so we're gonna have to get this set in here and then get that charged up. Okay, so I think that looks about good, because I kind of want it off of the front a little bit. Yeah, let's try to mark it right there. That's our center. And pretty much looks like that's pretty much what we had in mind. That in there. Let's see. I mean, pretty close. I think I can mark it with the drill bit. That marked. I'm gonna have to get this charged, so pause that. It's got 27%. Let's go ahead and get this one side drilled at least, I think. So I'm gonna grab the hinge again real quick just to make sure, but I think we're lined up where we need to be. Yeah, I think that'll work, because if we so I like to pre-drill, of course, that little pilot hole. That one's weird because it's on an angle, so I like to drill a little pilot hole with like a little 1/16 drill bit if I can. And then we'll come back with the unit bit, because I want these corners to be rounded. So we'll get that started. I'll probably take it up to with my small bits here. Let's see. This unit bit starts out at 3/16, so I'll take my next bit and go and drill out the bigger hole after that pilot hole. There we go, 3/8 holes. Perfect. Now we can get our little grinder and we can grind that off, grind those out. We'll stay shy of the the thing. I gotta change the. Okay, first one cut out. I gotta get this charged. I gotta charge this grinder. I think that's somewhat of what the problem is. But that sits in there. Then we can get those marked. I'll do the opposite side, but we got some nice radiuses in there. We'll have to clean that up and make it look nice. And then we'll do the opposite side the same way. Okay, we are back at it. It is the next day, guys, and it's the afternoon, actually. I had a bunch of stuff to do today on Sunday. My son was going back with his mom, so I spent some time with him, and we got some stuff done around the house. Last night before I went inside, though, I finished up doing this other side, this hood hinge on this first side. So you can see I got it all cut out and trimmed back. Once I did that and I put the cowl on, I realized something, and I'm gonna show you because I put the cowl on and I realized that I should have pushed it back just a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be an issue because I can probably fix this side, but we're gonna go ahead and get this so that I can show you what it is. Oh, come on. Almost. There. Almost. Okay. Now it's on. Okay. So let me show you this. I think I can fix it. It's not a big deal, but it's going to look stupid if I don't fix it because I don't like this. And I might actually be able to put a little cover piece. So when I got the cowl on, I realized that once I cut it, and where I cut it back like a 1/4 of an inch or something like that. It's got a little gap there where the cowl should be. So on this side, I went ahead and marked where the cowl is. You can see it right there. And then I shortened up my template so that way it doesn't have that gap. I think I'm gonna make a little piece over there and then TIG weld it or put it in place so that way you can't see that little gap, because I just don't want it to have a gap there. That's gonna look stupid. So let's go ahead and pop this thing back off and get our template lined up. Now that I know what I'm gonna do a lot better now that I did the first side, I think that I can show you how to do this side a little bit easier. So I think I trimmed my template back about a 1/4 of an inch. I made it just the same size as the hood hinge so that it can drop down in there. So what I'm gonna do now is I have this marked. I'll show you right here. I have it marked front. I have my line. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this on here and get the holes marked out. Put this right here so that way you can see what I'm doing. So we'll get this laid out on there, and that'll be our trim line. Okay, so let's just maybe bump that back just a hair, just so we're not right there. And mark this one. Again, we're marking with a 1/16 drill bit. That way it doesn't want to walk on us in the sheet metal. This one, we're not going to mark it. Let's just send her, go all the way through. Because as we saw yesterday on the other side, if I don't, it wanted to walk. And then this one, we're gonna go ahead and mark as well. Now that they're marked, we can see where they're at and we can finish the holes off. Again, I like to just, no matter whether it's sheet metal, no matter whether it's thicker plate, I tend to try to mark it with a 1/16 bit and then go up from there. So I'm gonna go get my bit set. I have a couple of different bit sets, but these ones I like. It has all the fractionals up to 1/4 inch. I just got this the other day, so I'm gonna go 7/64 and change out the drill bit. And I like to put them back because I have a habit of losing them if I don't set them back right in there. So we'll put that one in. And we will open the hole. This definitely makes your drilling, and I didn't lock that guy in. It makes your drilling a whole lot easier when you try to step it up rather than just sending it full bore with the full size. All right, let's go 3/16 like we did yesterday. Get that guy in there. Okay, now we can get the unibit and we'll take it up to the full size. Let's see, went to 3/8 yesterday, so I mark my drill, my unibits with tape. I'm sure all of you guys have seen that or done that, but for those of you that haven't, I mark it with tape. That way I kind of have an idea of where to stop. That way I don't just send it. Okay. I guess it would help to turn it to drill mode. And then we'll get from our other bit set the 3/8 just to make sure that we got it there. I like to stay shy of where we're at. And that one has it. Okay, so we'll go back over here and see we got to go up just a little bit. I have it shallow for a reason. That way I make sure not to go too big. And one more. See, my tape line is correct. Perfect. Cool. I guess I should have marked the outsides of my lines there with the jig, but no big deal. I think I can just, let's see, what do I want to do? I'm gonna peel the tape back. That way I can see the holes a lot better. Even if I didn't do it like that, I could probably just use I can use the ruler to mark the lines where I need to cut with the grinder. I charged the grinder up last night that I was having a problem with the other day, so hopefully maybe, I mean, it wasn't dead, so hopefully it'll work a little bit better. I think I've been jacking with that one for a little while, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and order a snap-on one. Yep, I'm just gonna use my ruler. I'm gonna get the ruler, and I'm gonna mark it with a ruler. I have this, I'll show you this more like thin. You can see it's like flexible. I've got this flexible ruler, set you right back here, that I can use, and then I'll just peel that back a little bit more. I've got this flexible ruler and it can just like lay on there just a little bit and flex to the shape of the panel a little bit better. Perfect, and that's just a little bit shy too. And make sure we stay on the outside of that. Okay. And you can really see right here probably where like I can use this flexible ruler and it can get me right to the edge of that. Right there. Now, of course, this one's going to be a little bit trickier. Because it's on such a that looks good. Good enough, at least. So let's go ahead and try to get that cut out. I'll save this template up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to get that cut out. I think that this grinder should be a little bit better. Maybe we'll see. It's charged up now, so let's go ahead and move this stuff out of the way. Let's maybe put this camera at a little bit different angle. That way you can, maybe you'll be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. We'll see, who knows. That's gonna be the trick with this, getting used to different camera angles, I suppose. And I'm gonna try to stay shy of this line too, because nope, that didn't make a difference. Still stalls out. Now with these, I like to use as thin as I can possibly get. These are a CGW brand that I order. I order my stuff, some of my stuff, through a company called MSC, and they usually ship it within 1 or 2 days. So I'll show you, that's a little warm on the old fingers. So I'll show you what I did here so you can see. I stayed shy of my radiuses. See if it'll zoom in and you can see that, but I stayed shy of my radiuses there, so I'm gonna come back with like a grinder or a file. Yesterday I hand filed it a little bit. You can see that I'm off over here, so I'll just have to kind of blend that in, but that's what it is. And then we'll see if my hinge fits in there now that I made it a little bit smaller. It should be pretty, yeah, see it's gonna be, I might be able to do it. Yep, that's better. So I tightened it up. Now, of course, now see it's still, I'm gonna have to make it a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna have to open it up a little bit, but I think part of it is because of this and just a little bit of that. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna grind that out and finish it up. I'm gonna switch out the grinder to an actual grinder, not just that disc, the cutoff disc, real quick. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, we are back. I got the Roll-Lock grinder disc on the old grinder. So I'm gonna set this back up over here and have you look down on it right there. So I'm gonna go back and try to trim these up just a little bit and get them so that now hopefully this thing will fit in there. We are so close, it's not even funny. I'm curious, let's see. I want to see what the cowl looks like on there. Let's try to grab the cowl real quick and see if we made it to where it's clear. Oh, it's over here. We got the cowl over here. Also, watching some Puddin's Fab Shop again. I got it on mute so that way you don't hear both of us yapping. Let's see. There we go. Now it's on. Okay, let's see. Yep, we're clear on that side, so it looks good over there. You can't see. It's like right underneath my cowl there, so you won't see it when you pop the hood. So that's cool. That's what I'm going for. I'm not going to bring it any farther forward. I need to bring it back a little bit so you can see how that looks so much nicer than this freaking huge old gap that I got going on right here. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about it, so I just went for it. So let's go ahead and pop this cowl back off and see if we can't trim that back. I'm trying to save my radiuses on the inside there, so I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably just grind back. I have another grinder bit that I can just shave this back just a little bit. I don't even know if you can see what I was pointing at before, but like I said, I'm gonna get better at, where is that bit? Shooting these little videos, I think. It's just gonna take me, ow, a little bit. Kind of get in the groove of videoing myself working, because that's not Wow, that has really stuck to the table. There it is. I knew I had it. It's in there somewhere. We got this little burr, so we can go ahead and grind that back just a little bit. I think that's... I probably should have just taken my template and moved it back and just let it get into that, but I still hopefully would like to try to see if I can put my windshield wipers on there. So I'm gonna pause this for a second and I'm gonna change out this bit. You don't need to watch me change a bit. And then I'll come back and I'll shave that in a little bit. Okay, so I got that bit changed. We got the burr on there. So I'm gonna move the slot back a little bit. I'll show you here. I'm gonna put you up on top of the truck. So you can see that. So I'm gonna move this slot just back just a little bit, try to maintain that radius, so that way I can get that hinge to actually fit down in there. That'll be a lot better. Okay. Of course, these things love to jump. I think that'll be enough. So I'm gonna swap it back to the little flap disc deal, and then we should be good. So I'll pause this and I'll be back in a sec after I change it. All right, back to the grinder. Let's grind that out a little bit. Okay. See, it's stupid because you literally have to get it the right size in there, because then it just drops in and it's got plenty of clearance. So I think what I'll do is I'll come back with a file and I'll just clean some of this up right in here, and then we should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my other template, which I don't think I showed you. So we're gonna move this off to the side there, and I'm gonna grab my other template, which I'll show you. Let's see. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I got my other template, and it looks like this. So then what I did is I pretty much set it on the cowl, and I marked the holes and I drilled them in. So actually what I did, I believe, is I used the other bracket. Where did I put that? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so actually what I did is I used this bracket, and I think I centered it because it sits like that. You can see that it sits like that. And then I marked my holes like that. So let me set this back here and see if I can't show you how I did that. Okay, so that's what I did. So I set it here and get this lined up. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, and then I gotta grab my level. Okay, so what I did is I set this down here. I set that down in the slot like that. I leveled it. And then marked my holes. like that. And then I took my template. Let's see. No, what I did is I put it in there like that. I think I leveled it. Okay, so I need my drill and I need my drill bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this template. And then I'm going to level it like that. It's lined up in the center. Let's make sure we center it. Right about there is level. And I have this hole, this hole. I have a hole here for the center. I have a hole here for the center, right there, and then open here. And that should give us all the holes that we need. And we were pretty close, but we're off just a little bit on those other holes. So let's. Because that's what size the arm is, just to stay shy of it for a minute. And then what I'm going to do is get this back in there. I am going to bolt the bottom bolts on. That way I can mark the back ones. I need to get a wrench. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in there and mark the holes for the bottom, and then we'll be able to drill those holes out. So you can see down in there that there's holes that I got to mark. So I'm going to mark those. I need my flashlight. See if I got the holes marked. Oh yeah, they're marked. So now we can take off that bracket and then we can go ahead and drill those holes. Make sure there's nothing underneath. That's gonna... I should probably put door handles back on this thing, because sticking your finger in here and trying to open it like that is definitely not ideal. So since this has wiring in it and everything, I'm gonna make sure that we don't hit anything and it looks like we're good. There's nothing in the way, we're clear. So we're gonna go ahead and send her. See if you can see that. I think you're good. So I think that is good for those holes. Yep. That's good. Okay, well, we'll get this other one bolted in, and that's probably what we'll finish tonight because I need to bring a little saw home, and I need to bring the welder home too. So that way we can get the actual hood hinges tacked up. I need to brush some of this stuff out of the way. I think we can peel this tape off too. Peel the tape off that way. We can get it mocked up. And this is just, what's on the body is just powder coat prime. It's not really any color or anything like that. I think what the idea is to hopefully wrap the truck. And I'd like to wrap it before I take it to Utah, just to make it look a lot more presentable. I don't know if that's a good idea, only because I do want to paint the inside of the truck. I painted my last truck, the inside of it. And so I'd like to do that again. But we'll see. Wrapping it seems to be the easiest solution to getting the whole truck looking presentable. So then I'll put the bolts underneath as well. Let's go underneath the truck, or in the let's see if you can see up in here. This thing, it says device overheated. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but okay, we're gonna take a break here for a sec. Okay, so I went ahead and drilled out the holes a little bit bigger. The camera was overheating, so that was frustrating me. And the bolts wouldn't go in. So now we got everything to line up. So when we go through and kind of do some finishing work on this truck, because really all that I've done is I've pretty much mocked everything up. I'll go through and show you, because there's some cool stuff like this clutch pedal. The way that I hooked it up is kind of cool. If I was to do it in production, I would probably change it a little bit. But it is pretty cool the way that it is. So let's go ahead and get this lined up on the front side here. And we're probably gonna have to actually loosen all that stuff up a little bit. Okay. This should line up now. Again, we're kind of mocking everything up, so there's probably going to be some adjusting holes and all of that stuff. But as of right now, okay, so that's in. All right, so I got all the bases mounted. Hopefully this video is not gonna be too boring for you guys. You're probably gonna laugh. It's gonna take me some time to get used to filming myself working. It definitely takes a lot longer to film yourself working and do all that. And making sure that you're filming at the same time. That's definitely gonna take some getting used to. Because I'm used to just working. I don't really film myself working. But I think that this is going to be useful information. I'll go through some of the stuff that I've done. So pretty much on this truck, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit unique because somebody that had worked for me before had cut this out. I don't hate it. I don't love it. We had cleaned it up and made it look nice. We got rid of that. It probably will make it a little bit easier to paint, and it'll probably make it easier to put the windshield wipers in and all that type of stuff. But pretty much what we had done is we got these pockets cut out for these hood hinge bases. I don't have my welder here, so I'm not going to be able to do that. And I also need a little saw, and I need to cut this out for the hood hinge arm. So we got all the holes to mount it. We made some templates. Obviously this one I had to trim back a little bit because of where the cowl sat. You saw that, I showed you that compared to the other one. Not really sure exactly what I'm gonna do just yet to fix this side, but I'm definitely gonna do something because I wanna cover that, but we'll probably do that once we get to the finishing stages. So those are mounted and those are installed. It took me a little bit longer. And see right there, that's the thing, like you probably want to see more of me talking to the camera rather than just talking and pointing the camera at something meaningless. So that's what I'm going to try to get better at, but we're going to definitely do the rest of this. Ashley's going to be here on Tuesday. Today is Sunday night. It's about 8:30, so I got another good couple hours in. And that's the thing about projects, man. They're not gonna get done if you don't put hours into it. So I worked on it yesterday, got stuff done. I had to do stuff at the house today. We all have crap like that. So I think I got about a month to get the rest of this done. It shouldn't take that much longer. A couple of things that I gotta do is I gotta replace the alternator. I ordered that from Holly. installed the mid-mount kit. It's great, I love it. But when I did that, the alternator didn't work. And I think that that's also what's causing the drain on the battery. So I disconnected the alternator from the charging system. And I have a new alternator coming, so that should be here, I would assume, next week from Holly. I'll get that installed. Hopefully that'll take care of the problem. I think the voltage regulator inside of it is messed up. I could have sent this one off to get fixed, but I wanted to make sure that I had a good one that I could put back on the truck, because what it was doing is, and you could see it in the digital dash. Holly digital dash, I love the digital dash. That thing is so cool. I'll go over that in like the next video and show you some of the stuff that we did do to wire up the truck and get the truck running, and some of the about the dash. It's really cool. But when you were running the truck, you could hear it like the voltage whirring. You could hear it in the fuel pump. You could hear it. You could see it in the lights. It was surging. And so it would turn on and turn off the power for charging the battery. So I think that that was what the main problem was, is the voltage regulator in there or something. I am going to send it off to get it fixed, so we have an extra one. But for now, I wanted to get another one and have it ready to go. The other thing that I had fixed before was the power steering line. Got a new power steering line on it, so that's good. It's a high pressure power steering line now. Other than that, man, it's just buttoning some of this stuff up, and I wanted to get the hood on it to make it look better. I do need to get it tuned eventually also, because the truck runs great. It has no issue like running so far. But after you run the truck and then you turn it off and then you turn it back on, it takes a little bit longer for it to start. So it's something in the restart, in the fuel map, obviously, it's something to do with that. I'd like to I got to get the bed the rest of the way mounted because it's loose. You can see right here, you can pull it. So that I wanted to get all squared up. I think that I have a panel back here that I can make that's similar to this. I made this panel. I never filmed that, but I will show you guys some of that. So I want to get the back part of the bed, because that'll square up the bed. The way that I did it, it'll square up the bed and make sure that it's correct. And then I can finish putting the bed together, and the tailgate will work. We'll go up and down. I have the latches. I have all the stuff, dude. I have like everything that I need to make it work. So I think that we'll do that. We'll get some of the interior pieces put back into it, and I'll get it titled and registered. I have the title for it. I just need to get it registered, and then we should be able to drive this sucker. So I don't know how many days it is. We're going to say 30 days till Utah. So we will be back at it again. This will be the end of this video. Stay tuned for more of this truck getting put together to take it to autocross in Utah. It's there. It's pretty close to being ready to go. So we'll keep working on this, and we got a bunch of other projects. Ashley's going to be here in a couple of days, like I said, and we got a ton of projects. We got stuff to work on in the trailer, and we're going to try to post more of this stuff on YouTube. So subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things. It's been a long time since we've like posted an actual video like this. So do all the stuff that you would normally do to watch more of this content and see us build these trucks and work on these projects. Later.